This might not be the simplest time in your life. It might not be the simplest time in mine. But periods of intense emotional upheaval are often the most intensely creative and productive points in our lives, in hindsight. And being isolated can be a benefit. We can use this to our advantage. We can meditate. We can get to know ourselves better. And there are infinite realms within you, I promise. Thank you to all of my teachers and to my hosts today, Corinne Farrell at Balance, and the staff at Balance, and Corinne's family, Mark, Sophia, and Olivia. Thank you for having me again. The office manager, Christina at Balance, recently asked me if I could be more scientific with my meditations. As much as I didn't want to, I figured I should give them what they asked for. So, my first point is that we're all made of energy. Energy, matter, even consciousness, I would posit, are all interchangeable. The formula energy equals mass times the speed of light squared demonstrates a ratio between the amount of energy and the amount of matter present at any given time. But matter is not the only measurable type of energy within our bodies. There are also measurable electric currents. For example, when the body senses something, the external sensorium, usually those nerve impulses are measurable electric currents, and they follow a discrete path along the back of the spine, up into the brain, and back down the front of the spine. So here I wanted to demonstrate from the little blue body on the bottom left. You're sensing something. External senses enter through the dorsal roots of the spinal cord and travel upwards towards the brain via the spinothalamic tract, I believe it is. And they are processed then in the thalamus as well as in the parietal lobe. They then form a reaction in the frontal cortex. And that reaction is translated into motor neuron energy, which then travels back down the front of the spine via the corticospinal tract. Once these impulses reach the appropriate level, they exit through the front of the spine and back out into the body. So what we just demonstrated is in fact a current, a perfect circle, body in through the back of the spine, into the back of the brain, or into the middle back of the brain, to the front of the brain, back down the front of the brain, back out to the body. And so we've created a current of energy moving up the back of the spine and down the front. So when we sit in meditation, we actually have this same current running through our bodies. It's there all the time, but there have been some studies which show magnification even of some of this current. If nothing else, you can become more aware of it. So energy is moving up the back of your spine, into your brain, back down the front. But it doesn't stop there. When you run an electric current, you generate a magnetic field. So we not only have an electric current circulating around our body, we also have a magnetic field that we've generated around that electric current. And it's more complex than just one little magnetic field. It's actually spiraling outwards in various field lines. That's how we measure it. But when you run electricity through a loop, like we just did, the magnetic field becomes even more complex. Is that enough science for you? Let's transition into a meditation. My point for today's meditation is to try and tune into this circuit, this magnetic field, this flow of energy as it courses up the back of your spine and down the front. I think you can also begin to appreciate a change in this energy with your breath. It would seem, some have described that energy rises with each inhale and falls with each exhale. So you might feel an increase in intensity of the current up the back of your spine with each inhale, and a intensity or decrescendo, I might say, a loss of intensity as the energy relaxes down the front of your spine with each exhale. So let's make that our meditation for today, and I'll walk you through it. As always, I don't talk a lot during meditation. I'm going to let you guys sort of explore your own inner selves, but I am going to give you some nudging in various directions. But if you hear a bit of prolonged silence that may become uncomfortable, I challenge you to try and get past this discomfort, because true insight comes from inside. So some basics of meditation. First point, we're going to be sitting usually in Sukhasana or easy pose, which means cross-legged, or what they used to call Indian style before political correctness became a thing. So one problem with this posture is that it's uneven. So you might shift your hips in one direction or another over time. So you want to try and about halfway through a prolonged meditation, we're only going to do 10 minutes today, but uncross and recross with the bottom leg on top. So even better if you've been sitting cross-legged for this lecture, get up before we start meditating, pause the video, get up, walk around, get a drink, whatever, and come back, sit down, recross your legs in the opposite fashion. Next is just about posture. Try and sit up straight, tuck your chin slightly so that your neck is long, the back of your neck is elongated and flat. You also want to kind of try and take some of the bend out of your low back as well as your neck. So core is going to be slightly engaged, just 10%. And your low traps, meaning the muscles between your shoulder blades, are again just slightly engaged to bring your shoulders back. Otherwise, the rest of you can kind of just take a breath and relax into that posture. You should generally, when you meditate, not have a full stomach. They say 2/3 empty, and I know that sounds pessimistic, but the majority of your stomach should be empty. Also, I put GI system at rest. What I mean is empty. You don't want to have to, worry about going to the bathroom or anything while you're meditating. Lastly, actually the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita, mentions that you want sort of a clean, quiet, comfortable place to meditate. And I think I've found also, because I don't have very flexible hips, that if I sit on just a pillow just under my hips and let my knees fall down off the pillow, it's a little more sustainable for me. But you can meditate in any position. Eventually, you're going to get to the point where you are just walking, meditating all day. You are always in touch with this inner power. When you're ready, we'll start. So hit pause, get up, go to the bathroom if you need to, get a drink if you need to, do what you need to do, and I will meet you on the field of meditation. Start in a comfortable seat, legs crossed, back straight, neck straight. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and let it out. Roll your shoulders, relax into this posture. Take a deep breath in, hold it, let it out. Follow the breath for a moment. The breath is one of the few phenomenon in the human body that can be both under conscious or unconscious control and can switch at will. For this reason, we always start with the breath. It has been suggested that this may be a gateway into the subconscious. Connect with the breath, always. Take some time now. If your mind begins to wander, it's okay. If you get distracted, it's okay. Just deepen the breath, remember what you were doing, and start again. Follow the breath. Don't change it. Just observe. Begin to deepen the breath slightly. See if you can sense the movement of energy, the circuit, the magnetic field. See if you can feel the rise of energy up your back with each strong inhale. See if you can feel the energy relax and fall down the front of your spine with each exhale. This is you. This is always there. See if you can feel the magnetic field now swirling around you. See if you can sense how much power you really have. See if you can sense the edges of this electromagnetic field. See if you can grow, expand, and contract. See if you can connect this to the breath. There are no edges to this field or to your energy. You are infinite. There is no line where you end and the universe begins. You are the universe, and the universe is you. Continue this meditation. I will wake you when it's time. If you get lost, return to the breath. There is always the breath. Come back slow now. Come back slow and remember the trials and the tribulations of being a human. But remember that there is so much more to existence than just that. There is no line where you end and the universe begins. You are the universe, and the universe is you. Thank you all for meditating with me. Namaste. Please feel free to reach out if I can do anything to help any of you. I'm on Instagram. I do like a good follow. I'm at Rooshtastic. I don't want you to think this is an advertisement. It's not. I just want to let you know I also collaborate with Thrive Wellness Center, and we would be happy to help with anything we can if anyone needs telemedicine, teletherapy, telehealth, um, one-on-one meditations. We even do medical marijuana, but again, this is not an advertisement. I just wanted to let you know I'm here for you. I'll see you again, I hope. Namaste.